This is the sound of the end of an era. The Ferrari 12 cylinders detained the last pure, naturally aspirated V12 Ferrari will ever make. 830 horsepower, 9,500 RPM redline, and 0 electric assistance. Just pure screaming Italian V12 fury. After 77 years of naturally aspirated V12s, Ferrari is saying goodbye with the most extreme one they've ever built. This isn't just a car, it's automotive history in the making. At the heart of the 12-Cilindri sits Ferrari's masterpiece, a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 that rewrites the rulebook. This isn't just an evolution of the 812's engine. It's a complete redesign from the ground up. 830 horsepower at 9,250 RPM and 678 Newton-meters, 500 pound-feet of torque at 7,250 RPM, making it the most powerful naturally aspirated Ferrari engine ever created. The redline sits at 9,500 RPM, higher than most motorcycle engines, achieved through titanium connecting rods that weigh 40% less than steel. Forged aluminum pistons feature diamond-like carbon coating, while the crankshaft is balanced to aerospace tolerances. The intake system uses variable geometry runners that change length depending on RPM. Short for high rev power, long for low-end torque. Each cylinder gets its own throttle body, all 12 controlled by Ferrari's engine management system, making 1,000 calculations per second. Compression ratio is 13.75 to 1. Impossibly high for naturally aspirated, achieved through direct injection at 350 bar, 5,076 psi pressure. The exhaust features equal-length headers feeding a central silencer, then splitting for that signature Ferrari V12 wail. The 8-speed dual-clutch transmission has been completely retuned with gear ratios optimized for the screaming top-end power delivery. The 12-Cilindri rides on Ferrari's most advanced aluminum space frame chassis, 15% stiffer than the 812, while weighing 10 kilograms, 22 pounds, less. Laser-welded aluminum nodes connected by carbon fiber reinforcement tubes, a technique borrowed directly from Formula One. Multi-link suspension front and rear uses Bilstein adaptive dampers with 4 settings: Comfort, Sport, Race, and ESC off. Front suspension features virtual steering axis geometry that reduces kickback while maintaining razor-sharp precision. Ferrari's Side Slip Control 7.0 now predicts slides before they happen, using gyroscopic sensors sampling 1,000 times per second. The electronic differential features twin-clutch technology for instant torque vectoring between rear wheels. Carbon ceramic brakes are massive. 398 millimeters, 15.7 inch, discs front and rear with 6-piston Brembo calipers. Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 R tires were developed specifically for this car. Ferrari achieved 500 kilograms, 1,102 pounds, of downforce at 250 kilometers per hour, 155 miles per hour, without any visible wings. Pure aerodynamic wizardry. The front splitter features 3 active sections that adjust angle based on speed and steering input. Hidden vents in the hood open at high speeds to reduce front-end lift and cool the engine bay. The rear diffuser has movable sections that optimize airflow, working with the active front elements. Side air intakes feed a complex internal duct system, cooling engine, transmission, and differential. Even the door mirrors are aerodynamically active, with small flaps that reduce drag at high speeds. The underbody is completely flat with strategically placed vortex generators to manage airflow. 23 different air vents are hidden throughout the body, each precisely calculated. Nothing is decorative. The rear spoiler is integrated into the bodywork, rising automatically at speeds above 120 kilometers per hour, 75 miles per hour. The 12-Cilindri's design represents pure Ferrari DNA evolved for the modern era. Flavio Manzoni's team spent 4 years perfecting proportions, inspired by the legendary 365 GTB/4 Daytona. The front features Ferrari's new design language, a single horizontal grille feeding 7 different internal ducts. Side profile is defined by flying buttress, C-pillars that channel air while creating classic Ferrari silhouette. The rear haunches hide complex cooling ducts while maintaining that muscular Ferrari stance. Taillights integrate active aerodynamic elements, functioning as both design and performance features. Door handles sit completely flush when closed, extending only when needed for aerodynamic efficiency. The roof features a subtle spine that channels air to the rear spoiler. Paint options include new Rosso Imola and Blue Pozzi colors developed specifically for this model. The interior represents Ferrari's driver-focused minimalism philosophy with cutting-edge technology. The 15.6-inch curved display replaces traditional gauges but can show classic analog dials for purists. The steering wheel carries F1 DNA with Menatino dial, start button, and turn signals within thumb reach. Seats are carbon fiber shells with leather cushioning, designed for 1.2G cornering forces. The gear selector is machined aluminum. Even in automation, Ferrari believes shifting should feel special. Climate controls are integrated into the central display with haptic feedback. The sound system is a 1,280-watt Burmester setup with 12 speakers optimized for the V12 soundtrack. Carbon fiber dashboard trim can be customized with different weave patterns. Optional track package includes 4-point harnesses and fire extinguisher system. Performance figures tell the story: 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. Top speed of 340 kilometers per hour, 211 miles per hour, makes it faster than the LaFerrari in a straight line. Lateral acceleration reaches 1.2 G thanks to the aerodynamics and Michelin Cup 2R tires. Braking from 200 kilometers per hour, 124 miles per hour, takes just 140 meters, 459 feet. Shorter than most cars brake from 100 kilometers per hour, 60 miles per hour. The car weighs 1,560 kilograms, 3,439 pounds. Dry, giving it a power-to-weight ratio of 531 horsepower per ton. 5 driving modes completely transform the character: wet, comfort, sport, race, and ESC off. In race mode, the suspension drops 15 millimeters, 0.6 inches, and aerodynamics switch to maximum downforce. The exhaust features bypass valves that open in sport, plus mode for maximum V12 symphony. Starting at €395,000 in Europe and $423,000 in the US, it's already sold out through 2026. Ferrari limits production to 999 units per year to maintain exclusivity. The waiting list already exceeds 3,000 names, with some dealers asking €600,000 plus, $650,000 plus for delivery slots. This represents the end of 77 years of Ferrari naturally aspirated V12 heritage. EU 7 emissions regulations in 2025 make engines like this virtually impossible to certify. Development cost reportedly exceeded €500 million, $540 million. Ferrari's final V12 investment. Early market speculation suggests immediate appreciation. Collectors understand the significance. In 20 years, when every supercar is electric, the 12 cylinders will be the last roar before silence. This isn't just a car, it's the closing chapter of the internal combustion engine's greatest story. What did you think of Ferrari's final V12 masterpiece? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe to NitroVision for more in-depth automotive analysis. Hit the notification bell so you never miss when we break down the world's most incredible machines. What car should we dive deep into next? Drop your suggestions in the comments. I read every single one. Until next time, this has been NitroVision. And remember, the best stories are told at full throttle.